And maybe, if we're lucky, we can apprehend the man behind it all.
We photograph Golitsyn stealing the knock list, follow him to his buyer. Apprehend both of them.
Hey everyone, and welcome to TalkWord. This is the show where we dive deep into the fascinating world of English words. Today, we're tackling a really interesting one, apprehend. It's kind of tricky because it has these three very different meanings that don't seem connected at all. So, let's get into it.
So you might be wondering, how can one little word do so much? Well, the secret, it's all in its Latin root, apprehende. It basically means to seize or to grasp. And that one single idea, that feeling of seizing something, is the hidden thread that connects everything. Let's break down each of its faces, one by one.
All right, first up, let's look at the meaning you probably know best. I mean, you've seen it a million times in crime shows and movies, right? This is the most physical and direct meaning of the word, to arrest or to seize. Yeah, when we talk about apprehend in this sense, it is all about physical action. It's when law enforcement catches and seizes a person, literally grasping hold of them so they can't escape. It's about as literal an interpretation of that Latin root as you can get. Here's a perfect example. The police managed to apprehend the suspect after a long chase. You can totally picture that scene, can't you? The whole chase, the physical capture at the end, that is apprehend in action. Okay, so that's the physical side. But what happens when the thing you're seizing isn't a person, but an idea? This is where things get really interesting. We're going to shift gears from the body to the mind. And that brings us to the second face of apprehend, to understand or to grasp. Think about it as an intellectual capture. You know, it's that amazing aha moment when a really complex idea finally just clicks in your brain. And it's a really cool parallel, isn't it? Just like an officer physically seizes a suspect, your mind can seize or grasp a difficult concept. It grabs onto it, holds it, and suddenly, you get it. That's that feeling of true understanding. For instance, you might hear something like, "It took the students a while to fully apprehend the professor's complex theory." Now, obviously, they're not putting the theory in handcuffs, right? No, they're working to mentally grasp it, to hold it in their minds until it makes complete sense. So we've got the physical and the intellectual covered. But believe it or not, there's a third, more emotional layer to this word that adds a whole other level of depth. This final meaning takes us into a totally different space. We're talking about emotions here, specifically that feeling of dread or anxiety you get about something that might happen in the future. And here, the whole idea of seizing gets flipped on its head. See, with this meaning, you're not the one doing the grasping. Instead, a negative feeling is grasping you. It's when you anticipate a bad outcome and that worry just completely seizes your attention. This example really paints a picture. He began to apprehend disaster as the storm clouds gathered on the horizon. Wow, so he's not just noticing the clouds, is he? No, he's being seized by this deep, anxious fear of what they represent. That feeling is apprehension. Okay, so we've looked at all three faces of apprehend, the physical, the mental, and the emotional. Let's put them all side by side now just to make things super clear. All right, here we go. You can see it all laid out. The arrest meaning, that's physical and legal. You're seizing a person. Then you've got the understand meaning. That's all in your head, right? It's intellectual, seizing an idea. And finally, the fear meaning. That one's emotional. A feeling is seizing you. See how they all connect back to that one core idea? So, the big question is, how do you know which meaning is being used? And the answer, and this is so important, is context. It's all about the words and the situation surrounding it. They'll always give you the clues you need. Seriously, for a word like this, context is everything. That's the main thing to remember here. So, was that helpful? If you enjoyed breaking down a word like this and you want to build your vocabulary even further, well, I've got something you're going to love. It's our very own TalkWord mobile app. With this thing, you can explore any word you're curious about. It actually lets you create your own custom explainers, just like this one, tailored exactly to what you want to learn. You can pick any word, get a custom explainer from one of our friendly hosts, build your own personal vocab lists, and even test your knowledge with interactive quizzes. It's available right now on the App Store and Google Play. Thanks so much for joining me here on TalkWord. Until next time, keep exploring words.
We can apprehend him and put him away before he even blows up.
Complicating law enforcement attempts to apprehend him, Haynes is believed to have an 8-year-old boy with him as hostage.